Hi Cancer, welcome back and welcome to your new moon solar eclipse in Scorpio reading for October 25th, 2022. You may be revisiting themes from the lunar eclipse in May. There's some sort of connection there, so you may want to think back to that in regards to this period or to this partial solar eclipse. All right, so new moons bring in new cycles. For you, you have a new sun cycle. It's almost like a rebirth with the sun. There's some healing going on. There is some enjoyment, wanting to be out and about, feeling very social, and maybe even having the spotlight on you. I do feel like there are societal situations going on. With the Seven of Swords, there may be a spotlight put on things that are happening out in society with the Seven of Swords that are going on behind the scenes. Things that are happening that we don't see, but all of a sudden there's a light being shone upon them. So, Seven of Swords can be dodgy dealings, thievery, but it can also be that you may be feeling a rebirth, and so you want to take what you've learned and to go somewhere else with it. It's kind of like looking for a job without telling your current employer, something like that. Nothing too heavy duty. Although with the other cards, I see that you're very cautious. So how you are dealing with it is the Three of Pentacles. So indeed, this is somebody who is sharing their skills with other people. This is an interesting card. It's combining your creativity and your work ethic. So it really does have this feeling of sort of cooperative efforts. But it's the apprentice that has now become the... it's the apprentice that kind of got the job. You know, so it's maybe his first real job out of apprenticehood. That kind of thing. But I do feel like it's sharing your skills. And there is a spiritual quality to this as well. So combining your spiritual skills with your creative skills kind of energy. The Five of Swords, though, that's a difficult card. That is a no-win situation. You may get what you want, but not the way you want it. And so that leaves you feeling a little bit distraught sometimes. This is a card that reminds you that your words have an impact. What you say has an impact on people, on situations. And so it's always best to take the high road in this situation, but with the Five of Swords, we usually don't. But you are asking to look at that. Five always brings instability that pushes us to find balance. So this is in thinking, but the Five of Swords is really, it is my least favorite card. It is the card of humiliation. And that's what I think they mean by, mind your words, they have an impact. Okay. The result is the Chariot card, which is taking control of situations and moving in the direction that you want to go. But because it's a major arcana card, it's about taking control of your thinking, your thoughts, your mind, which is something that I think would have to be done, especially with the Five of Swords. Whether that difficulty is happening to you or you are creating it, it's time to get a hold of yourself with the Chariot card. And as you can see, the Chariot's parked. It's not going anywhere, but it is the card of taking control. And so it is through your mental prowess, getting your mind in control, because thoughts are things. When you get your mind under control, you can control situations a lot better on an outward level. Where thoughts go, energy flows. We learned that with the magician. Okay, and then you have the Nine of Wands to go along with the result, and that is, it's kind of like being on the ready. So it seems to me like there's been some difficulty. It's almost like you have two different things going on here, two different timelines. Because here you have some enlightenment, some healing. I think it's more societal because we are looking at this card here, which is working in tandem with other people. So society kind of comes in here a little bit again. And then you have the Chariot card of getting your mind to go in the direction that you want it to. It's like steering your neural pathways, your thoughts down a different neural pathway, creating a new neural pathway. That's how I see it. But down here you have a whole different thing. And so maybe this is the thing that you're trying to control. You're trying to control unruly thoughts. Trying to control your thinking going in a direction that you don't want it to. You want to stay sunny, you want to stay bright, you want to stay happy, enlightened. But maybe your thoughts can go in different directions. Maybe your thoughts can lead you astray. Maybe your thoughts can take you where you don't want to go. Or, you're leaving camp with the thought that, this is not me, this is not how I think. It can be that kind of energy. And with the Five of Swords there, that's also a very difficult card. It's humiliation, and it's a no-win situation. And you can end up hurting people. But for me, it feels like you're almost, this is being on the defensive with this card. Interesting. Because the Chariot is something that's used in a race or in wartime, or think about the chariot races, or just, he's armored. That's my point. And so with the Nine of Wands, we have this feeling of being on the defensive. We have a feeling that we need to be defending ourselves, and we're at the ready for it. So for me, this can also be, there are societal things that you feel that you need to arm yourself, that there are things out in the world that are not in your best interest at this moment, and you feel like you really need to be on guard with the Nine of Wands and to protect yourself. And the card for me is also the precipice. You're at the moment right before something happens. And with the Chariot card, it's a good idea for you to have your thinking correct. So let me see what that could be. Seven of Cups means that there's some confusion right now. And I guess that could give you a feeling of not being in control. There can be a lot of choices for you at the moment, but those clouds around the giraffe's head, meaning that maybe not everything is clear at the moment. We're in a cloud, and there's an illusory energy. There's an illusionary energy around. I do want to have a look at the center row, and that's you. And you have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, see, I get that feeling too, up and down energy. These two kind of timelines that are mixing. So maybe for you personally, things are going quite well, but on a societal level, as we can see plainly, things are not. So it feels like really two different things playing out here. But the Wheel of Fortune means that life is a gamble, or this situation is a gamble. And if you are on the top, you can go to the bottom of the wheel. If you're at the bottom of the wheel, you can rise to the top. but it's cyclical. And so the wheel will continue to turn, and life will continue to be a gamble, and you will continue to be either on the top or the bottom of the wheel of fortune. It could also mean there's a change of fortune, but with the Five of Swords, I mean, yeah, change of fortune, absolutely. And I do want to have a look at the Seven of Swords here. It's also a very difficult card with the Five of Cups, telling me that, so interesting, because he leaves two cups, or two swords behind, and normally with the Five of Cups, there are still two cups standing. So it can also mean that take what you need and leave the rest. You don't need it all. But it's also saying with the Five of Cups that keep your thinking, and this goes along with the Chariot card, keep your mind on what is still good, what is still standing, and what the good possibilities are in this situation. So then I'm going to ask what the Spirit wants you to know in regards to this. Two of Swords. You have some decisions to make. Some of them can be cutting off a situation, but you're not going to do that. So I always see this as a scissor. You probably won't do it because it's a stalemate as well. Our head and our heart are not aligned yet to make that decision. I do feel like by the end of the cycle, those decisions will be easier to make, and it's very possible that with the sun putting a little spotlight on something, you'll be better informed. And this could have a lot to do with your own work, your own work ethic, and what it is that you want to kind of get started on a creative level as well, or how you work with other people. The Chariot definitely is somebody who wants to be the leader, and it seemed to me like in cooperative efforts, you do want to become that sort of leader. Okay? All right, I'm going to leave it here for now, Cancer. I hope this has been helpful. I'll be back in a week with your energetic weather forecast. It's something I do in between the lunar forecasts. I really like them. They've been proven to me to be very accurate and really helped me through the week, as well as a few other people that I've gotten feedback from. So I will leave it at that. I wish you the very best for the week. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. If you like it, subscribe, like, share, etc., etc. It helps the channel. It helps more people to get more information. And it helps me, and I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.